October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we continue with our campaign to increase awareness on cancer. My name is Lillian Muli, and on Women in Leadership this evening, I'll be talking to Senator Beth Mugo. She is a cancer victor. She was declared cancer-free, and we want to talk to her about her journey overcoming cancer and indeed what she has done to give back, having gone through this experience. Thank you very much for talking to us. I want to begin with the diagnosis, how this came about. Were you feeling unwell, and why the need to go see a doctor?
No, I was not feeling unwell. It was a regular checkup. This was about in November, and in April the same year, I actually had done a mammogram, but the usual mammograms we do yearly, and nothing was detected. But then in November, I went for now a full checkup, the usual checkup, and that's how the lump was discovered. When it was discovered, the doctor did not tell me immediately this is cancer. Of course, it was a panic. Once you feel you have a lump, you feel, is it really cancer?
Where did you seek treatment?
I flew to US, where I wanted to have treatment done.
We know that cancer treatment can be quite intense. Take us through that and what exactly you were feeling, what your support system, who your support system at the time was.
Of course, cancer hits you when you are told it's cancer. At that time, I hadn't started really feeling this is it, this is cancer. Until now, when we went to US, my daughter accompanied me and my husband. They were very strong support for me. We chose to go to University of Pennsylvania Hospital. It's called Abramson Cancer Center, which is reputed to be one of the top cancer centers in the US. And I was lucky also to have for my oncologist the head of of the department, who is actually the dean for the oncology at the university. They did the FNA test. It was confirmed that it was cancer. And what I found is the way they break the news. It was very gentle. They did not just make it look like this is very serious, it's going to happen this way. They said, but it is cancer, but it's treatable, we can treat you. And they organize a whole string of support system. The nutritionist, they take you through the diet, the person who is going to do the surgery, if it's surgery. By the way, they tell you what kinds of treatments they can offer for this cancer, but they also tell you what they think is the best for you. Luckily, I was still at stage 1. The cancer had not grown, and that meant it has not spread to any other part of the body. It was contained in the breast. And they explained that we, of course, have to remove the lump and then go through chemotherapy and maybe radiation after that. But I was lucky after the surgery and chemotherapy, I did not need radiation at all. The sent cancer was all. They did lots of tests after that again, and they said that all the cells are gone. I think the first, what made it much easier, not going through the whole lot, is discovering early, which is really critical in treatment. After the surgery and after the chemotherapy, that's when I was declared cancer-free.
What misconceptions are there regarding cancer and cancer treatment?
Cancer can be cured. Cancer does not mean, is not certificate to death. You still can have a chance to live a healthy life. But the key is being tested early. And when you remember, before I went even for treatment, I went public. They said that I have breast cancer. And the reason I went public was to encourage other women to see, oh, if the minister can also get cancer, I should also go and be tested.
How are you giving back? Having gone through this experience, what are you doing to give back and indeed to increase awareness on cancer?
As the Minister of Public Health then, we did focus a lot more on this area. I got funds from the Minister of Finance, who was then actually the president, current president, finance to build a maternal health hospital, health center in every constituency, 200 of them, other than Nairobi. And those 200, we equipped them with that machine, we profile machine, and we trained the nurses on how to do the work. I think that was one of the major areas that we did very well. I also started the injection for, there's now an injection for young girls. That was a trial period. Actually, we started with Ukambani to prevent the cervical cancer. And I believe the current minister or ministry, they are going on with that too. Should that trial, we did that with Gavi, should that trial be successful, it would be a very big breakthrough if we are able to finance this, and I think some people can even afford to pay for themselves. The idea was to get this like we do prevention jabs, like what we do with smallpox or other diseases, the 6 diseases we do, inoculations for the children. We do that for the girls before they come to sexual active life. If they get that injection, it means they are protected from cervical cancer.
What would you like to say to people having gone through this experience?
When you're first told about that you have cancer, it shakes you, it hits you. You feel, am I going to die? You feel all sorts of. But then soon after that, I did not worry. And this is something I would like to share with my fellow women and even men. Cancer is for everybody. The mind, the attitude of the mind, that you are not feeling and waiting for death. You must feel you're going to live. And this is part of life. It's going to pass. And that's how I took cancer myself. After the first shock, initial shock, which first I didn't want anyone to know. I wanted my file locked and everything. After that, I accepted it and decided to go public. I looked at it like any other disease, and it did not keep me from sleeping in the night. How it changed my life is I found we are really very vulnerable, that the things sometimes we think are important in life is not what is important. To begin with, health is the number one. We all should really take care of our health. We are told to do exercise, you feel you don't have the time for exercise, you are too busy. Or to watch our diet, the lifestyle, because you can afford everything, you want to eat and drink everything over excessively. You pray. All of a sudden, even people who do not pray much, they start praying. You appreciate your God much more. And I think the combination makes you a better person and also caring for others. And many people prayed for me. And I believe in power of prayer. And I believe God healed me because of all the prayers that were said for me. And God wanted me to do something. And that's what now I've been focusing and trying to do. And also to think about other people, just like they thought about me and prayed for me. We pray for one another. You look at life a bit differently. Of course, I have always been conscious of my diet or my lifestyle. And what my doctor said to me, funny enough, had I known, maybe I wouldn't even have had this cancer. And that's why I want to pass information to people, especially the women. He did not stop me from eating anything. He said, you can eat everything in moderation. And he told me, if you want to have a steak, but don't have it every day, every day, every day. You do whatever you do in moderation. But he said, don't touch soya. And we have all been thinking soya is a health thing, food. And I told him, because I've been taking, for years, I stopped having tea with milk, cow milk. I was using soya milk. And he told me soya for breast cancer is very bad. And he said, don't give even your little girls or anyone, even the men in your family, don't give them soya. I hope that, and this a top oncologist who really treats, he has a very big name in the US. So a lot of research, I'm sure, on his fingertips. So I want to believe that as much as we thought soya was a healthy drink or healthy milk, it can also work the opposite. So I went back to cow milk. And now thinking back, which I took soya milk maybe for 5, 6, 7 years, it could have been the source of my breast cancer. So we need a lot of information on how to prevent, our lifestyles, what can help. We know there's also cancer from genes, genealogy, which you cannot even prevent. But and the pollution, don't know how we can do to prevent ourselves from the pollution and things like that. But it's better to do whatever one can to be able to keep cancer at bay. And it is possible. I believe we can do it.
What are you doing to give back and indeed to increase awareness on cancer?
I believe even with the right information, we can also reduce cancers. So I thought what I should do and what I'm doing now is start a foundation, the Beth Mugo Cancer Foundation, but is focusing on breast, cervical, and prostate. Why? Because those are the cancers which are highest now in killing our people. Breast is leading, then cervical, and then prostate. And we know that cancer, prostate and breast and cervical are easily detected. And that's why they shouldn't kill that very many people. Because cancer, I believe I'm alive today, first of all, because of God's grace, but also because I was discovered early. So the message we want to pass through this foundation, by the way, we are launching the foundation on 24th of this month of October at KICC. Is a Monday but one, and the First Lady has graciously agreed to launch. She'll preside over the function. We'll have a huge screening activity, cancer screening of the 3 cancers. And as a curtain raiser, we are starting in Dagoretti this Saturday on the 15th, where we are targeting over 1,000 people to be tested.
Thank you very much for talking to us and indeed for your inspiring story. We've been talking to Senator Beth Mugo, and as you have heard, she will be launching her foundation. Please make way to the KICC and get screened and get more information on cancer. Thank you for watching.